Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another video by Sandwich.
So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 10 ultimate steps that you can implement to improve your time management skills. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first step that I would suggest you, that I would recommend you to do is delegate your tasks. Don't take everything for yourself, right? When you have got a bunch of tasks with yourself, you can't really equally focus on each of them. So do make sure that you delegate the task, you equally divide it with someone. Maybe you can get someone working for you and doing the work, sharing the work, and this will eventually help you lower the burden on you, and you can basically better manage your time this way. So go ahead, just go share your task. Don't take everything for yourself. Learn to delegate your task, learn to delegate all of your work, because this is going to eventually help you in the long run. Okay, because this is going to give you a more a better scope for growth, and you would feel that eventually when you start delegating the task, the things get quite easy in the long term. The second step that you can implement in order to improve your time management skill is make a plan. Create a plan, create a schedule and follow it, stick to it, and don't put up unnecessary things into your plan. Just make sure that you have a priority. You give priority to the to the work that needs priority, right? You don't have to put in all the works right into your one plan, that you're gonna do this and that. Give sufficient breaks. Then also do make sure to include breaks into it, because you definitely need a break, and you can't work simultaneously 9 to 5. Maybe you keep on working the whole day. Now this is not possible, so you need a proper plan for it. So just go ahead, prepare a plan, and you make a plan. Do make sure that you're not including too much of your work there, and also you're not taking too much of a break into your plans. So just create a schedule and try to stick to it, because when you stick to it, you know that you're not gonna miss out something, and you're also including everything. You're doing everything right. The one things that you have to do, you're getting them done. And also give sufficient time. Also make sure that you include a time limit for it. Like you have times, like you'll be doing a particular work in 20 minutes maybe, or 30 minutes. So that's something that you can include into your plan. Make your plan interesting. Include some activities that you can do in between your work schedule, so that you can make things quite interesting and entertaining. So that's all on you, but just know that you need to make a plan, and you have to stick to it. You need to follow it. Okay, and it's all up to you, because you know yourself better. So you can create a plan according to yourself, and you can basically know at the end of the day that you're going to save time, and you're going to manage your time in quite a better way. The third step that I would recommend to you is setting up deadlines. This is very there's something called that when you set up deadlines, you tend to work for it, right? Like for example, if I intend to create this video, if I know that I have a deadline, like I have to get this video recorded in like 20 minutes or like 15 minutes or so what I would do is I would try to do my things. I won't be wasting up much time, whether I'm focusing on the one particular work to get it done in this set time frame, right? So in case you can also have deadlines, like you maybe you have some assignment, maybe you have got some work to do, so you can basically set up a deadline, like you need to get it done before before 3 p.m. or maybe like 4 p.m. You set up a deadline for every work that you do. Set up a deadline for anything you do. I tell you, this has personally helped me a lot in saving a lot of time and improving my time management skills. Is what I do is when I do a particular work, I also in my mind I keep a time limit for it. Like I know some work that it might require 10 minutes, so I would do it in 10 minutes. And if I know something that require like an hour or so I would keep that in mind, accordingly set a deadline. But also I'm not going to give myself too much of time that I keep doing the particular work for a long time. But I would always, if I know the work is be done in 1 hour or so I would just give myself a time of 40 minutes, right? So this is how you also improve yourself. You improve your efficiency. You learn to play with time. You learn how to deal with time, how to deal with things in a quicker and a faster way. Also, this is going to really help you out when you set up deadlines, because deadlines create that kind of a it creates the panic. You get into a panicking situation. It's not exactly something that's negative, but it's something that's positive panicking, right? So when you get into that situation, you getting work done, and also at the end of the day you are happy. You have the peace of your mind, that you got the work done in the set time frame. You're happy at the end of the day, and that's the main thing. The next step that I suggest you is to use the 20 minutes rule. Okay, I'll be providing you all of the steps in the description. Plus you can also check out the blog post. I'll also leave out the link in the description so you can check them out, you can read it more about it. Okay, everything that I'm explaining out here. Okay, so what's the 20-minute rule, right? So 20-minute rule simply states that when you particular work, set up a timer for 20 minutes. For example, you might be writing something, or you might be maybe working something on your laptop, maybe you're getting something documented. So what you can do at that time, just set up a timer for 20 minutes, right? So when you set up the timer for 20 minutes, you know that that 20 minutes is just solely for your work. You have to focus on the work itself. You don't be you won't be focusing on anything else. Those 20 minutes are just for that particular work that you're working on, right? You won't be you won't be thinking of any breaks. You won't be checking out your phone. You won't be checking out your notifications. You won't be checking out your Instagram. Everything what you're gonna do is you be solely focusing on the goal. You're focusing on the work for 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you take a 5 minutes break, right? And back again, you focus on the work. And those 5 minutes are just for you. You can do anything that refreshes your mind. You can check out your phone. You can maybe listen to a song, and you can do anything in those 5 minutes. But what you need is those 20 minutes. Okay, those 20 minutes when you're particularly working, just make sure to put in 20 minutes, and you're gonna solely focus on the work. You're not gonna get distracted anyway. So that's the meaning of the 20-minute rule. Do make sure to implement this. I guarantee you're gonna see results with your time management skills. And the next one that I'm gonna suggest you is called start early. Okay, this is something that's a really good practice of starting things early. For example, you have to reach your office, maybe let's for instance you have to reach your office by maybe 9 a.m. So what you do is when you get up your home at 8 o'clock, maybe like you take an hour time to commute to your office. So what you can do is you can maybe try to get all your chores done by 7:30, and you try to get out of your home by 7:40. You save 20 minutes there. You can go. So basically this is a practice that helps you to to learn to save time and also utilize it. So you can do you can start up early, and you won't be in a rush, so you can reach your office in a peace of mind, that you are reaching your office early. Perhaps this also gives you a leverage over the others, that you are someone who values time. So so this is something example that I gave you, an example that I gave you to make you understand starting up things early. So also when you maybe you got some work, so you, instead of procrastinating, what you can do is you can start up things early, and this is going to really help you out. So this brings us to our next step, that's called overcome procrastination. Procrastination is just a simple action of delaying things. Okay, and believe me, this is something that's too harmful for you. Okay, this is too harmful for you in case you run your own business, or maybe in case you might be in any field, right? Procrastination is harmful for each and every field, each and every path of your life. So what I would just suggest, to overcome procrastination, know that procrastination is not going to help you. Procrastination is something that everyone has to deal with, and you have to deal it in your way. No one suggests a way can help you out. What I can do best is that I can just give you all of this list of tasks that you can perform in order to overcome your procrastination. But procrastination is something that you need to deal with. Okay, this is something practical, and therefore the best thing you can do is just create a mindset. It's like creating a mindset, and when you create a mindset is permanent. Okay, it's not temporary. You can start practicing things, and start making things your habit. Okay, when you make things your habit, you're gonna eventually benefit in the long run. Okay, you will beat procrastination for your lifetime, and it is a lifetime achievement, believe me, guys. So learn to overcome procrastination. Don't delay your things just because you can. Just try to learn that you need to get things done now. Just get this word into your deep pinned in your mind, that now, okay, I need to get things done now. I don't have to keep it for later. I have to get it done now. Okay, so that's how you overcome procrastination. The next step that I'll suggest you is set SMART goals. So SMART doesn't essentially mean the smart word that we have in English. So what SMART here is, it's an abbreviated term for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So basically you need to set up a goal for yourself. You can't wander about aimlessly. You have to have a goal, a particular aim that you keep in your mind while doing something. So if you're starting up a business, you have a goal in your mind that you need to expand your business, you need to attain certain level of revenue, right? So that is something, you need to set up a goal, and perhaps the goal that you set should be specific. It should specify what you need to achieve. It should be measurable. You have to have some kind of a quantitative measure into it, that you can measure the goal. How much have you achieved? For example, if it's in terms of revenue, you come to know, maybe I had to hit a revenue of maybe $100K a month, okay, if not like in a year. But what the actual revenue you're hitting, okay, what's the actual revenue you're making? It has to be quantified here, okay. And next is achievable. It should be something that you're achievable. It's not like you say, okay, I'm starting a business today, tomorrow I must make $1 million. This is something certainly not possible. So you have to set a goal that is attainable, that you know that you can achieve, right? Next is something relevant. Relevant is something, your goal has to match your actions. It's not like something, you say, I'm on a diet plan, I have to lose maybe 20 kgs this month, but you don't work, okay, you don't work for your health. So that's something that gets irrelevant, right? It's not related to something that you're doing. So make sure whatever aim you're setting up has to be relevant, has to match with the work that you're doing. So that's how you set a smart goal. Last is T stands for time bound. So also make sure that you have a deadline, okay, you have a kind of a deadline set that you need to achieve this goal within this time frame. And this combinedly, this togetherly, this 5 abbreviated terms of smart goals make you really smart in time management. Okay, in time management, it helps you to managing time in a really cool way that you might not have ever thought of. So do start implementing the idea of having smart goals. Next step is avoid multitasking. Okay, quite a lot of times what we do is we take up a lots of work. We take loads of work on our head, and we think that we can manage it, we can easily manage it. That's something that we have. That's a human nature. That's a notion that we move on, that I can manage multiple things, I have good managerial skills. But when we take up all of this works, ultimately what happens is that we don't actually end up doing it in a better way. So we feel like we're overburdened and this all those stuff, right? So the best thing that you can do is avoid multitasking. Take 1 or 2 work at a time, get it done in the best manner that you can possibly, okay? Because also this one cons of taking up multitasking is that you can't really equally focus on each work, and therefore the quality of work is affected. So in order to maintain the quality of the work, because you need the work to be done in a certain quality, you need to maintain the quality of the work, only then you get valued, right? So therefore avoid multitasking, take up 1 or 2 work at a time and just focus on it, and then leave multitasking for a moment, until unless you grow up to the pro level where you can manage multiple things really good, right? So until then just make sure that you're doing just 1 work or 2 work at a time, and once you complete it, then switch to some other work, okay? So that's something that you can do. And the next is deal with stress wisely. So that's an obvious thing, when you're dealing with multiple works, when you have got workload over yourself, so you tend to get stressed. So the stressful situations is something that everyone encounters, and the best of people are ones that know how to deal with stress wisely. So how do you deal with stress wisely? It's simple. You stop thinking about the stress. You stop thinking about I'm in such stressful situation, I'm in a troubled situation, it's so troublesome, what do I do now? Just forget about what do I do now. Start relax yourself, do particular activities that maybe you can go out for a walk, maybe you can listen to music, you can do anything that helps you cope up with your stress, right? So once you deal with your stress, you know that everything is sorted. You just need to get things done in a particular manner that will help you. You will get out of the stressful situation, and you will discover some way that will help you get all of your work done, and you will that time that you discover some new way, right? So that is how you deal with stressful situations. Always always take it as a positive term. That's gonna help you to grow, because you're dealing with a situation where you know how to handle a problem, how to deal with it, and eventually you'll discover some way that you might not have ever thought of. So that is something really cool, right? And the last the 10th step for today's video for improving your time management skills is called learn to say no. Okay, so what does this mean? This is simple, like people come to you, maybe your friends, your family, they assign you works like, could you please do that for me, or like, could you please help me out with this. So even though you have a pile of work over your head, you would even then say, okay, let me see, yes. You may be like easy to go and you say yes. So if that's your habit, try to learn to say no, because saying no is something not really easy. It's not really easy to refuse people when they ask for something, but you have to eventually do it, just because it's not because you want to be appearing more mean or like rude, but it's just because that you won't be able to manage up things either for yourself or for them. Okay, if you tend to say yes and you do the work for them, but the work is not it's not up to the mark, so eventually you'll end up getting a remark that says, may I just asked for his help, I just asked for her help, but the work is not up to the mark. Maybe I shouldn't have asked, this is my mistake, okay, my bad, I asked him, her. So you don't want to get that mark, right? So when you're already overpiled, you're piled up with all this work, so just learn to say no, and that's simple. Just make sure you say that politely, like, I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you out. I'm already burdened up with this load of work, so I'm really sorry, I can't help you this time. So maybe do let me know, if you need some help. Maybe I'll try to arrange someone that can help you out. Okay, maybe you can ask someone else to help them out. So basically it's just upon you how you deal with them, depending on the relation that you share with them. So you just learn to say no. Okay, it's not that you have to say yes every time. You can also say no, right? So this were a few of the steps that you can implement, and this is going to really help you out to manage your time, improve your time management skills. And know that this the magic doesn't happen overnight. So this is something that you need to practice practice weeks after weeks, months after months, and then you're gonna see that change in yourself. So guys, that was it for this video. The video is already stretched out so long, but anyways, I am pretty much sure that this video should have helped you out to learn more about how do you improve your time management skills. And if you like the video, do make sure to drop the thumbs up, drop the views on the comment section, and also subscribe to this channel. And do check out this blog post. I've dropped the links in the description, so you can go ahead, check them out. Also check out the other videos on the channel, and do make sure to install Zenwin. It's a really cool extension that helps you to improve your time management skills. And so with this, I'll leave you here. Till then,
Take care and bye bye.